Hey guys, hopefully this will be a quick video. I don't have a carpenter's vise or woodworking vise. Today I'm making a deluxe super duty suet feeder, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you, I'm not completely sure what kind of wood this is. I don't think that it's walnut. Where it came from, they're an exotic hardwood lumber company. This is some nice stuff, especially when it's got a little bit of oil on it. But anyway, I need to screw these together, and I would like to be able to clamp this down. I want everything to be perfect on this feeder. So again, I don't have a carpenter's clamp, or vise rather, or woodworking vise, and I definitely don't want to clamp this on the metal jaws. So I made one of these years ago. I'm going to show you how to do this without hurting your wood. It's actually pretty cool, and once you're done, it is super easy to set up. So let me get set up and we'll be right back. What I did is I started out by cutting two pieces of wood that are the same width as my jaws. You can make them as wide as you'd like, but keeping them in this width it just works better. And yeah, I mean, you can do the old squeeze the finger, put the board in, tighten it with your knee, but we're done with that. Getting off my lazy butt, and I'm gonna set this up. Yeah, so this is some basswood, and I didn't want to use pine. It's a bit soft, and I didn't want to use anything harder than this. So this is going to work pretty well, and show you what we do next. So what I'm going to do next is, well, I've already done it. I measured to the center of the blocks and 1 inch in. Again, this isn't rocket science. You can pretty much set it up however you'd like. What I'm going to do, and I can't find my Forstner bits anywhere since I've moved. I hope I didn't lose them. So I have to use this spade bit. But I have a bunch of magnets here, and they're actually pretty darn good magnets. And believe it or not, I got these at True Value 2 or 3 years ago in a package of 10, and I used all of them except for what's left here, but you're going to need 4. And I suggest that you get a decent magnet so that it pretty much stays in place. So I'm going to drill a hole, probably 1/4 inch deep or so. I'm going to set the magnet into the hole so that it's flush, and fill it with epoxy, and then the magnet, of course, but I'll dry fit it to make sure that it doesn't protrude past the top of the board. I want to make sure the board is flush against the jaws so that it doesn't move, bow in the middle, cause any problems like that, crack the magnets. So yeah, let me get that done and we'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my 4 holes drilled, and boy, those spade bits really tear things up, so I'm going to pretty this up just a little bit before I epoxy it. And if it turns out that you make your hole a little bit too deep, personally I like the magnet sitting just a little bit shallow with the surface so that you have super great contact on your metal jaws. But if you wind up going a little bit too deep, it's okay. Just mix some sawdust with your epoxy when you glue in the magnets to raise it up, and then you'll be set. So we'll get these glued up and we'll see how they work. So here we are. Probably the most time-consuming part of this project is waiting for the epoxy to dry. The stuff that I use takes 15 minutes. It's been about 15 minutes, but it's not terribly warm today. So normally what I would do is, once this epoxy is good and hard, is I'll run it on the belt sander real quick and get rid of the stuff that's sticking up. When you fill the hole and press in the magnet, some of the epoxy inevitably is going to squeeze out. So this one was really bad, but that's okay. Once it's super hard, we'll clean it all up. Anyway, so now what you have is this. Place them where you want. Put in your piece of wood. Tighten it down. And you've got a nice place to work without damaging your pretty wood. So now I can drill my holes and get this put together. Yeah, I'm a screw guy. I'm not very confident in glue, especially on this wood. Like I said, I'm not really sure what this wood is. I have tried to glue some of this together before and the results were pretty poor, so I think it's an oily wood. And I've never tried cleaning it with alcohol or anything before I glued it. I kind of lost faith in it after the joint failed on the one that I did glue. But anyway, this is my rendition of a woodworking vise. And like I said, you can make these boards longer, you can make them deeper, you can any way you want. And they work pretty darn good if you have a good magnet, that is. So guys, I just wanted to share this with you. I'm sure it's been done a million times before, and I'm sure they actually even sell these, but I don't remember what the magnets cost. This is scrap wood, a little bit of epoxy. This cost me next to nothing to make, and now I've got a pair. And for storing them, you can clamp them together, set them on your workbench, you'll always have them. Hope you guys are having a great day. Wednesday the 9th, February 2022. So you guys enjoy what's left of the day, and we'll talk soon. Take care now.